Same business, different day.
Good afternoon and welcome back to the Same Business, Different Day podcast. I am your host, Zeke Corley, and I am so happy to be here with two of my favorite co-hosts of all time, Miss Ty Roberts. Already. Co-founder of Frontline Careers and owner and one of just the best people of all time.
Thank you.
Hook 'em. Let's not forget Miss Cassie Klapp. Soon to be Mrs. Cassandra Saunders. We're looking forward to those days. This is our Thanksgiving episode, guys, so just bear with us as we're having a good time. But Cassie Klapp, as we call her today, is the Group Communications Officer with the San Diego County Department of Health and Human Services, your new position. Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited. The team is so amazing.
Yes. I think you need a promotion already.
Oh, stop it.
Okay, now listen.
Into existence.
This is here's some history for you guys. Podcast history. Same Business, Different Day podcast history is this is the first person that is a guest twice in one season. Yes.
I am special.
The owner of Rue Kitchen, Rue meaning refined, unparalleled elegance. Mm-hmm. Chef Cum Laude.
Yes.
Chef Finesse.
Yes.
Creator of the Vista Twilight Market, Chef Ke'Anna Dodds is here with us today.
Thank you.
That's what's up. I'm so glad you're here.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we're going to have a great time. So, well, before we get to this great food that you just made for us.
Can we talk about the food?
Let's talk about the food. Let's talk about the food first.
Yes, okay.
Tell us, what did you bring us that we enjoy so much today?
Okay, so I
Start with the greens.
The greens. I made some vegan collard greens.
Yes,
and then I had some vegan mac and cheese that were creamy and delicious.
Mm-hmm. What kind of seasoning did you put on the greens? Did you use a special sauce of any type?
I used a little bit of roux. Gotta have a roux. And then turn into a cheese sauce.
Oh, what about the greens though? Did you put
the greens?
Put some seasoning on
a little
them?
Greens. I put some roux boy, which is one of my sauces.
Oh, there you go. You got Vanna.
Yes, one of my sauces. That right there. Roux boy, which is our molasses jerk seasoning. Mm-hmm. So it's got a little kick to it. So that added a nice punch of flavor to it. Mm-hmm. And then the mac and cheese. And then we had the Southern cornbread dressing. Mm-hmm. And then we had the mashed sweet potatoes.
Mm-hmm. That has feeling all the Christmas feeling. Yes.
Then we had the vegan ribs, which I put the OG on it. The barbecue sauce.
Right there.
Yes.
That's the one from the Pop Warner football game. That's the one that got her started.
That's the originator.
That story.
Yes.
So sweet for your brother.
Yeah, I know. He should be thankful I helped him out a lot.
Right? Simply don't know how to act sometimes.
Right? The babies.
I think he deserves a little credit because you keep using his name every time you tell that story.
I guess so. I can put him in a little bit.
Give him a little bit of love. You remember that first episode we did? We released that in August. But we recorded it a lot earlier. We recorded it months earlier.
March or so,
yeah,
I think.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But we released that this past August, and I listened back to it again today, and I just enjoyed the whole conversation. First of all, man, you break things down, man. You're so eloquent.
Oh,
you. She should be a podcast host one day.
She should have her own podcast.
Just saying.
Maybe one day. I don't know.
One of my favorite things about that episode is that you said you always knew what you wanted to do.
Yes.
I mean, I think you said like since like 6 years old.
6 years old.
Yeah, you had just made the decision that this is what I want to do in life. I want to be a chef.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I mean, because, right? You guys know, we always ask, we always ask in the show, what do you want to be when you grow up? And she's the one that had the answer and made it happen.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Most of us at 6, we're like, I want to be a ballerina astronaut who takes care of dogs.
Right. And fights off the dinosaurs.
Yeah. Good job.
Okay.
Good job, sweet pea. Right. Not you, though.
You can beat all of that.
Yes.
You can beat all of that if you
And I mean,
want.
that's accomplishable. So don't limit yourself. But
You'll be the first.
yes.
Right.
I love it. So, no, that was one of the things that I loved about that episode. One of the other things, well, first of all, your dad kind of helping you with your path, right? And encouraging you to get that business degree.
Yes.
Even though you wanted to go to culinary school and you did that and you accomplished these things, but you also, he wanted you to get that business degree so that you could know if somebody was, excuse the expression, jerking you or not, right?
Yeah.
You knew what needed to be, how things needed to be in business. Even if you went to go hire a CPA or hire somebody else, you should know what's right and wrong in business. And so that business school was great
Very
for you.
helpful.
Is that right?
Yeah, very helpful. So I do have like an accountant and things like that, but I can double check their work and make sure that everything is good, make sure that no one is stealing from me. And because of that business degree, I'm able to do that. It may take me a second, but I'm able to do it.
But you can do even more. It's like you can calculate your sell-through.
Yes.
Right? You know how your product is performing.
Exactly.
There are things you know how to do, which every business owner should, but sometimes people follow their passion and don't learn that there's also a business side of it.
Right. They're just
And
the
that's where they get in
creative.
trouble.
Exactly. Like they just have the creative mind and don't understand that, like you said, the business aspect to it. And it's like you have to know both because if you don't know both, you will be taken advantage of. And people see that from a mile away and they're going to be like, let's work together. And they're going to be like, this is my come up. And you're going to be like, this is my come up. This is the way I happen. And everything works out for me. And no, you need to know exactly what to do and how to protect yourself. So with the business degree, it's helped a lot.
Amazing.
I love it. Okay, so and then one of my other favorite things that you said, and which was forecasting, was that when you went to, I don't remember if it was middle school or high school, when you started to be around different cultures, and then you said people would come back from their Thanksgiving. You mentioned it because this is our Thanksgiving episode. They would come back from Thanksgiving and just be like, some of the people that you went to school with are like, what are collard greens?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so since it's within the theme of Thanksgiving, let's talk a little bit about what it is that we all eat, during the Thanksgiving holidays. And we can, share some recipes like what you have plenty of.
Yes, of course.
Some in this book here that we'll talk about in a little bit. But what about you, Ty? Let's start with you. What's the things that you like? Oh, you know what? You had mentioned, what did you say?
Etouffee.
The red beans.
A Creole.
Yes, we did
Thanksgiving.
a Creole
So you do a
Thanksgiving.
themed, or you do themed every year, or how do you do it?
Not
Traditional?
every year, but sometimes we get bored with traditional. So traditional is turkey, ham, dressing, yams.
Which dressing is different from stuffing? Please let
please
that go on
know
the
that.
record.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that because you got a stuffing recipe, right?
I do.
He has a stuffing recipe for us, so I want to hear this. But
So
okay.
totally different things. But
Yes.
dressing, cranberry sauce, yams,
I think you lost a G like lasagna.
I did. But you're not supposed to say it.
You gotta say it that way.
That's how you're.
It's dressing?
Look, if you are from the South, it's dressing.
Yes.
It's not dressing.
Yes.
But yeah, so one year because we eat the same thing for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and it's amazing and we love it, and it's all from scratch and from love. We did a Creole Thanksgiving. So it was red beans and rice and shrimp etouffee and jambalaya and gumbo, and it was chef's kiss. Just amazing.
That sounds
everything.
amazing. That sounds amazing.
And then
But, okay, so but why do you get bored with the traditional? I mean, you're only doing it once a year anyway.
twice a year.
Okay.
Yes.
What's twice a year? What do you mean?
Thanksgiving and Christmas,
Okay,
right?
so you do. That's why this is important question.
Yes.
Because some people don't do the same menu.
That's true.
Thanksgiving and Christmas. You do the same menu Thanksgiving and Christmas?
Oh, no.
Okay.
See, we did. My grandmother, when we were growing up, she would cook the whole meal, and then she would have a beautifully set table, and she would be in her dressing robe. I don't know how she did it. She was magical. She might have been a witch. We're going to ignore that. But what she did was she would cook an entire meal and have this spread and this beautiful table. Yes. And everybody dressed for her dinners at her house. And she was magical like that. Mm-hmm. Not all of us can keep up that. Or we get bored, right?
You made the mistake of doing it once.
I did.
She did it.
She did what?
She mimicked Grandma. She's the new witch in town.
I am. Don't tell the people.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know it was a secret.
No, but yeah.
She pulled it off.
Yeah,
I
pulled it off, and then my family's like, dinner's on time. You should cook always. And I'm like,
and it was good, and everyone loved it, and I'm like raining the praise, and she's like, no. And I'm like, what do you mean, no? You did it. That's like what everyone strives for. Like, that's such an exciting moment. Like, bask in the glory of you.
Yeah, but then
right.
you got to repeat that.
Right, and that's why we changed it up one year, because I was like, you know what? We should do like a big pot of rice and just like everybody bring your favorite Creole dish. Yeah. And it turned out amazing. And it was so good and so different. And there was lots of wine and a chocolate tort, and it was just, it was perfection. Fancy. Yeah, it was a little fancy, a little bougie.
So my dad comes from a big family, and what he really likes traditional. Just keep going back to traditional. My mom, every year, she's like, why don't we just buy some food and just have it here? Why don't we do chickens this year? I heard turkeys are hard to get. Yeah, sure. Turkeys are out there. Nobody's been eating turkeys all year. There's some turkeys. There's going to be some turkeys out there. But yeah, it is. And that's because he comes from a big family, and that's what they would do every year. He is very nostalgic, which she also says is the reason why he doesn't throw away stuff. But so this year, I think what we'll do is I like this recipe of, I do it with chicken, where we smoke the chicken and then fry it. And I think I'm going to do it with the turkey, where you smoke, you get that flavor in there. But, because if you guys know about turkey, you get that skin can get rubbery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And nobody wants to eat turkey skin. So you smoke it and then fry it. And you don't need to fry it for a few minutes, and then it gets crispy. Now you got almost So that's where I think we're headed. So,
are you struggling to retain or attract frontline talent? Have you created a great work environment, but job seekers simply don't know about it? If so, Frontline Careers is here to help. Our assessment helps you improve your work environment and gives you the opportunity to earn our Frontline Friendly certification, which signifies you as a top employer. Now, through December 31st, all Vista Chamber members get 50% off of their assessment. And if you mention this ad, you'll get an additional 5% off. The time is now. Email us at info@frontlinecareers.com or visit us at frontlinecareers.com.
Your business faces risks every day. We at yourinsurancekplace.com are here to help keep your business protected. From general liability, workers' compensation, professional liability, auto, cyber, employment practices liability, your business needs protection. Get information, quotes, and coverage fast and easy. Find us at yourinsurancekplace.com.
Elias, I got an idea. We're going to do a podcast. It's called Industry Insights.
That's what everybody's doing these days, like a podcast. But who are we going to target? What?
Well, this one is different because this one's going to target content creators.
Content creators? So that means film, television, animators, AI artists, everything, huh?
Yeah, all of them. We can inspire all of them. We'll bring some high caliber people in here. Not only will they learn how to get into the industry, but how to be successful.
But the thing is sponsorship. We have to go after things, and how we're going to do that?
Yeah, the Film Hub. We're going to sponsor it. We'll do it right here at the Film Hub in downtown Vista. Yeah, we'll sponsor it too.
Great.
Yeah, we got the podcast studio right here. We got stages, whatever you want to use. We got it here. And right here in film-friendly Vista. Where else would you do it? And you know where they can listen to it?
Where?
Go YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcast.
What about Metaverse?
Meta what?
What's your tradition, Cassie? What do you like to do on
So with
Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving, we're exactly what you said. We're super traditional, but instead of dressing, we do the stuffing thing.
Okay, what's the difference, in your opinion?
I don't know. That's
You
why
don't
I was
know.
glad you guys clarified because so stuffing in a dead bird is what my in-laws do, and I actually have the recipe from
All right, let's hear it.
Mama Saunders.
Let's hear it.
I love it.
Oh God, you're gonna put me on the spot like this? Oh
Yeah.
God. Okay, so we're just gonna like list ingredients here. Oh, okay, there we go. Because I was like, I literally have it in a note in my phone,
Okay.
so it's like I don't know this by heart yet. I just got it last
Break it down.
Thanksgiving.
Break it down.
So it's sage sausage,
Okay.
and then also regular Jimmy Dean sausage. Sorry for the plug.
2 sausage.
Yes.
So you got a pork in there.
Well,
you got
we're
a-
Italian
Sage can be
family.
very overwhelming. Sage can be
So
very
that
overwhelming.
yeah, so you got to dilute it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we got
Okay.
2 boxes of herb breadcrumbs.
Okay.
We've got the gizzard, the liver, the heart, and chops.
Y'all put gizzards in there?
Chops?
I am very surprised. Go on.
It says take. Okay, I will read it from the note. It
What
says
is- what is
take
chops?
gizzard,
chops?
livered, heart, chops fine.
Chops.
Oh,
Chops.
chops.
Fine. Okay. The S, the autocorrect.
Auto spelling.
I thought you were going to put some pork chops in there, too.
I
Oh,
legit
man.
have not looked at this since November of last year when
That's
I
all
wrote
right.
it down because growing up I thought
You gonna
stuffing
make
was
it- you gonna
gross,
make it
but my
next
mom
week.
makes it beautiful and then my wonderful, amazing mother-in-law makes it amazing. So we've got the gizzard, the liver, the heart. We chop it fine.
Okay.
Thank you for the correction. We've got the Macintosh apple and we cube it small.
Okay.
And we've got chopped white onion,
Okay.
8 celery stalks, and then we got chicken stock.
Okay.
And it all goes in the bird.
And then
In the bird.
Inside
In the bird.
No
What's-
stuffing in a dead bird.
What's the breading part? Is it cornmeal, cornbread?
Oh,
Did I
it's
miss
the-
that?
it's
Did I miss
the-
that?
the-
The bread, just the breadcrumbs.
breadcrumbs.
Just the breadcrumbs. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
I like how
Okay.
you're so. I'm worried about your face right now. Like
No.
there's like judgment
I'm
happening.
just listening and I'm trying to take it in. So the stuffing is what you described, and then you stuff it in the
Literally.
cavity of the bird. So like when you get a turkey and you take out the neck and all the gizzards and everything, that
With
little
all the beautiful
hole.
nutritional value.
Exactly.
Oh, no.
That-
Straight trash.
No,
To the trash.
you keep that. You can use it for gravy. You can use it for your dressing and or stuffing.
It goes right in the
Eco-friendly.
Use
Eco-friendly.
it, folks. Don't listen to Ty. Use it, okay?
It's in a bag for a reason. So we get in another
It's in a
bag.
bag to be rinsed and cooked. Okay? Yes. It is. It is.
I'm telling
it's
you,
so
this
good.
this stuffing is so good though. Y'all are coming
don't doubt
over.
it. I
I'm
don't
gonna
doubt
save
it.
you
No,
some,
listen,
and you're gonna try it.
Here's-
Apples
here's
sound
what-
delicious with the sausage. That sounds like a
Yeah,
great
sausage,
flavor
yeah,
palette,
that
right?
sounds
Can I tell you what my mom does? Well,
wait,
first of
let's
all,
let
differently.
Chef finish.
I'm gonna let you break that down.
Okay.
I just want to say that for the texture, we use oysters instead of
Oysters are a
gizzards.
really good
Instead of gizzards.
substitution, for sure.
Because you get that texture, but it's oyster.
Yeah, because if you've ever had gizzards and oysters, they're pretty much the same. You cannot tell the
I've had
difference.
neither, so thank you.
Thank you
It's
for
about
that. Thank you for
that
that.
It's not my playground.
Oh my
God,
So
that
the
sounds
difference
awesome.
between stuffing and dressing would literally be you can make the exact same recipe, but it could be stuffing is where you put it into the cavity of the bird, and dressing is when you make it a side dish on its own.
So my mom makes dressing. My
Yes.
mother-in-law makes stuffing.
Exactly.
If it's
So if
coming
you
out of the
put it
turkey,
into the cavity of the bird and you are taking,
Stick
you're
the G off of it, too.
slicing.
You guys haven't seen this, the Jimmy Fallon, like
her do
stuffing in a dead bird?
I would
like you
never.
guys don't know what that is. Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
That's what I'm doing.
I
by
like
the way.
Jimmy
I'm so
Fallon. I'll
sorry.
take the skit, but I'm
No,
not
it's
putting
such a funny skit.
food in the middle of the bird.
Salmonella
But that,
poisoning.
It does get cooked. It does fully get cooked.
I just
kid,
juicy.
Put in the bird if you want.
I personally just don't want anything in there, and I don't care. I don't care about it in there. So I like making the side. That's how I grew up. I make
Is it
it as a
because the
side
vegan
dish.
side of you is like, nah.
No, it's literally
that's how I grew up.
How I grew
not
up.
touch her bird.
Exactly.
Her
like,
bird was sacred. It
if
stayed
anything,
there.
it was butter and seasonings in there, and that was it.
Well,
That was it.
so I would do butter and seasonings, but I would also put in because I'm smoking the turkey, right? So I put in apples, onions,
Some
oranges,
kind of,
like you throw
flavor.
in
Inside the cavity of the bird.
something that would
I've never
has some
put
water
I've never
content.
put dressing
Yeah,
in the cavity.
Dressing or stuffing in the cavity can easily dry out the turkey. So when you put stuffing in
you
the
got the
cavity of
breadcrumbs
the
pulling
bird,
out the moisture.
exactly. So that's when you
counteract
end up.
that. Inject your turkey.
Yes.
Ooh,
It
self-injection.
definitely inject your
Inject the
turkey.
turkey.
That way you don't have dry turkey. So like the breast will end up being the driest part. If you put the stuffing in the cavity of the turkey, now you end up with like the dry pieces and you're like choking to death.
Baby's for though, right?
But if you put certain things like he said, onions or apples or lemons or oranges, things like that have moisture, it injects moisture versus pulling moisture. Breadcrumbs need moisture, so they pull. Versus things like oranges or apples, they have a lot of water content, so they give out moisture. When heat comes to it, just think of it. If you put an apple in a pot and you just put a lid on it and you put it on the stove, you're going to see liquid at the bottom of the pan.
moisture. Yeah.
Versus breadcrumbs, you're going to see it drawing. It's going to burn because
it's
it's
like rice.
drawing. Exactly. It's trying to draw moisture.
Fascinating.
So
See, that's why
why
she's a chef.
I feel like my mouth is just hanging open
all
all day.
down.
I love it.
Well,
So you need something that's moisturizing in a sense to make sure that your turkey isn't dry if you're going to do stuffing. And then if for whatever reason you still want to do stuffing in the turkey, have a gravy. Substitute it
So the
so that you're
question-
not choking.
Sorry. So I don't tell my mother-in-law this then, right?
no, ma'am, you do not. You do not. You do
Just
not.
when I take over and become the
You eat
take the holiday with
whatever your
own.
mother-in-law cooks.
is perfect.
Well,
And the way that my mom
Okay,
cooks
so-
is perfect.
Why not? I don't even. That doesn't even make sense. Because I was going to say you put the stuffing in later, but what's the point? I mean, you're going to
can't,
carve up the turkey anyway. So
The hard part with
people
putting
do
the
it for
stuffing in later.
visualization, right?
that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
do it for
basting
looks.
can
Right,
kind
for
of help,
looks.
but if you really think about it, when you're basting, you put stuffing inside, you don't have much to baste from. You're probably taking chicken broth or something from a pot and putting it onto the chicken. You're adding because there's not much being left at the bottom of the pot of the pan of the baking dish because there's nothing coming out of it. The breadcrumbs or the cornmeal or the flour, whatever it is that your stuffing is made from.
we use cornbread.
Right. We use cornbread, which is also
right.
the difference between traditional stuffing and dressing. It's typically in the South cornbread dressing.
Yep.
So what you do is you make a big pan of cornbread.
Giant.
And then you crumble it up. You probably put in some sort of smoked meat or ham hock or something. And then you put the Holy Trinity, which is bell peppers, onions, and celery.
There it is.
You put seasoning.
There it is.
You put probably a can of mushroom or chicken, something like that to give it a little bit of creaminess so that it's not extra dry because the when you add broth to it, it may not be enough.
Okay.
You mix that all together and you rebake it.
Wow.
And then that's your cornbread
and you need to
dressing.
put your hands though.
Yes,
Yeah, it's gotta
yes,
be-
it's gotta be with your
yes.
hands. Especially when you break down the original cornbread, it's gotta be with your hands. You don't want big chunks. Get in there and feel those big chunks and turn it into like meal.
That's awesome. So I learned this morning about the new trend with turkey, and you like cut it in half and you flap it.
Spatchcock. Yeah,
I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to say it wrong.
It's spatchcock. It's not necessarily
Your spelling
new.
test. We already did all our spelling tests.
And we've all learned that we are excellent spellers.
Yes.
Yes.
Some of us more so.
Some of us more than ever.
Be champ.
Thank you. That's
Champ.
it. That's
Gotta
there
say
it is.
it again. Clink, clink.
She got a black belt in spelling.
There it is.
Dang, black belt and speller and chef. Like, are you married or something? Are we like? Okay, because like you're a darn catch girl. Like
I appreciate that. Someone already messed up. You know, they had the ring and then they fumbled the ball. So we're waiting for somebody else to figure it out.
You probably saw that broken
I want to
toe.
introduce you to, by the way.
Is he cute?
I mean, he's related to me.
Okay.
Okay.
well, that means yes.
So he's cute. Okay. He's cute.
Okay.
Is he cute? So I believe it. Okay.
You guys are doing that fun girl talk and everything.
Sorry,
Because I honestly, because I had a mean man joke over here, but nobody heard me, so I probably shouldn't repeat it.
I think you have to.
She was talking about fumbling the ring, and I said he probably saw that broken toe.
Oh, my heart.
Here's what I have to say.
Nobody was supposed to know.
That was the circle of tragedy.
Speaking of broken toes,
You have
I have a broken toe.
We cannot talk about my broken toe.
Previously broke my toe. It is now healed and fixed.
Thank goodness.
Surgery, all of that. I'm
Yay,
good to
healthcare.
go. I can wear
know you good to
heels
go.
and everything. Thank you.
I
here's what
completely
I have to
believe
say.
that.
Here's what I would say though. Everything, I mean, know that life is hard and stuff, but like, I feel like this sets you up for like the best thing to ever happen, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes. Yes.
let's just shower that at you.
Nah, Chef is a winner, man. We already knew
mean,
that.
duh.
And whoever marries her is going to be eating the most amazing food.
And I love
Like,
a taste
holy
tester.
cow.
I have to
Need
test
somebody
taste
to
test
eat it.
recipes often.
Sorry, I'm
So
taken.
I know. It just wasn't meant to be.
You and me will never part, Mike.
Okay, Thanksgiving for you. What's the Thanksgiving look like for
So
you?
Thanksgiving and
No,
Christmas.
no, because we're gonna get into this vegan talk that you be talking.
Okay.
But we're gonna get into that later but I know that your whole family's not vegan, right?
No,
And
so
what do you do usually Thanksgiving?
is 100% not vegan. And for those who don't know, I call it Flexitarian.
There we go.
I am
the word. Say it
50-50
again.
Flexitarian. I am 50-50 vegan and not vegan.
And
so
on your new Pinterest page and your new blog,
Yes.
you'll be doing flexitarian recipes,
I will be
correct?
doing Flexitarian. My new Pinterest and blog
That's a
should be
good
dropping Monday.
That's a good
And I'm going to
talk.
be
I
doing
like that.
foods that relate to vegan people and non-vegan people
That's
so
awesome.
that everyone who's connected to me can relate.
That's beautiful.
Yep.
Sounds healthy.
A little bit for everybody.
A little bit of everything.
Bit for
I like it.
everybody.
Yes,
I like it.
yes. So Thanksgiving in my family is 100% not vegan
Okay.
at all. So we definitely have the turkey. Normally that's my job as
You roast
the
it?
last
How do you do the turkey?
10 or so years.
Oh, man.
Maybe even before
You
that.
got promoted.
Oh yeah, I got promoted
Turkey's a
early.
big deal.
I got promoted very early
don't
because
give turkey to
my
anybody.
mom.
No, because you dry that thing out.
Right. Well, see,
You
the
get one
thing
chance
is,
of turkey. You mess it up, they're like, you can't. You don't cook the
You
turkey.
get one chance of turkey.
right.
Don't forget
Well,
that.
the great part
Hey,
is
that's
my
the
dad.
title of this episode. You get one chance at turkey.
That's my dad loves dried meat, which is
What?
weird. He loves a dry turkey.
He likes gravy.
Yeah. So he doesn't mind. If I mess it up, he'd be like, it's perfectly fine. You did what I wanted you to do. I don't need all this juice.
Thank you for $20.
Whoa.
So, yeah.
Is he okay? Is he okay?
I don't know. He
well,
struggles
yeah, I
a
know
little
he's
bit sometimes.
ex-military and everything. He's not used to having too
He's
much.
the East Coast. I don't know if that's a thing
Yeah,
over there,
okay.
but so I got promoted to turkey.
Oh no, I'm a little nervous. This sounds sad to me.
But my turkeys typically are juicy. I've done it roasted, I've done it fried, and I've done it I think I did once grilled.
Ooh, what?
Yeah. Grilled
Well, you
slash
can only get
smoked.
grilled by spatchcock, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'd have to
There
break
we
that
go.
thing down because
Yeah.
it's too big to.
Yeah.
I
Air
was like
fried
trying
it.
to.
But you
I've
were
never
asking a
air
little
fried
bit.
it.
So
I don't even have an air fryer. My brother has an air fryer.
You got an
and
air
my
fryer
dad
big
has
enough to
an
put a
air
turkey
fryer.
in?
I do have an air fryer big enough to put a turkey. I'm
And-
from Texas. We have an air fryer.
They told me I need to get one.
Okay.
Got a big hook on it.
So with the air fryer thing,
Uh-huh.
Mark and I were like, this is the worst invention ever because we thought it was a fryer because it's a misnomer. We New Year's. You know that like coconut shrimp that you get from Costco?
Oh no!
We went to the business
wrong?
Costco. We put it in the air fryer thinking it was a fryer. It is not a fryer.
It's not.
It's I ate raw breading and got so sick. Yeah, it was 2020, so it worked out.
You got to spray a little oil.
Yeah.
Spray a little
We sprayed oil. It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough.
That was the
But now we love the air fryer and it's the best thing ever. So you need an air fryer. So we're going to get you an air fryer.
But we have an outdoor
Christmas
one.
present.
Yeah, that's it. We have an outdoor one. Okay. Yeah.
Is it big?
It's big. It's round. And it's black, and it's got a
love
little
good
hook
kitchen
to
gadget.
it.
I have a whole shelf.
Is it propane fuel?
It's propane fuel.
I know that
It's
one.
like a
My dad
bookshelf
has that.
dedicated
That's how
to
he
kitchen
fries.
gadgets.
That's
But you
an
rub
air
it
fryer.
down with like peanut oil around the
you-
outside.
No, don't have to do any of that on mine.
Okay.
So on mine, all you gotta do is base your turkey, inject it, do whatever you're gonna do. You hook it to a giant hook, you put it in there.
Like a deep fryer.
Yes, but it's an air fryer, so there's no oil in it.
Kind of convection-ish.
But it hangs.
But it hangs like
So
a
it
deep
gets
fryer.
all around.
But it gets all
360.
around, but it's an air fryer.
Look at you. I see the
It's
mine more at
amazing.
work.
Okay.
I mean,
It makes the best
based off
turkey
of what
so
my
juicy.
knowledge is
Imagine if you
for
smoked
the
it first
air
and used it.
fryer.
Ooh.
I've literally concocted like 10 recipes for my dad because he's not a cook.
Well, he likes dry turkey.
He's not much of a cook, so I concocted like 10 recipes that were pretty easy for him to do, and I don't have an air fryer. So I assume that they worked out well, and my sister-in-law ended up cooking one or two of the recipes for him, and she was like, they're amazing. And I was like, I was just literally guessing. But that's great to know that works out.
No doubt.
Yes.
When you're able to finesse the food the way you did.
Oh,
like
shoot.
I mean, listen.
Are we going to go back to the food?
Yes.
Can we go back to the
Okay,
food?
let's go back to
Like
what
the
my
mac and cheese.
Thanksgiving
Let's
menu
do her
is.
Thanksgiving, and then we'll
yes.
talk about the plate.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, so my Thanksgiving menu typically is definitely the turkey. We have dressing, which is my favorite. Then we have
You do oyster, you do smoked sausage. What do you do?
we do smoked turkey.
Smoked turkey. I like that.
Then we end up doing greens, yams, potato salad, mac and cheese.
Greens. You go vegan like the ones you had today, or
No.
you go like,
There's
or
smoked turkey in the greens as well.
Yams. You said yams and potato salad.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Carb loading. Let's do it.
Does your
Then
potato salad turn green?
does my
Green?
potato salad turn green?
Why would it
no.
turn green?
No, it
No.
shouldn't.
Mm-mm.
Some people that don't know how to make potato salad turn.
Oh, you scared me. I was like,
I didn't know what that meant. I was scared. I was like,
know what it means?
no.
I saw somebody put raisins in it.
Yeah.
Please
There's a whole
no,
lot of
please
potato
no, please no.
salad derivatives that
Just
are
wrong.
Yeah, they go bad.
okay, we didn't get
Okay, go
potato
ahead.
salad growing up because my dad didn't like mayonnaise. I have just recently discovered potato salad in the last 5 years of my life.
Welcome.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful place to be.
That and macaroni salad, and deviled eggs.
Yeah.
Put a little
If
bit of
I have
bacon on top.
time,
I've seen all three of
that's
those turn
nice to
green.
Green
do.
bean casserole.
Now I don't do
eat
that.
their house.
I don't do green bean casserole. I'm not gonna lie to
I'm not a
you. I
casserole
feel that is
Be careful with your words now.
that I'm
gonna
you see
hurt
I'm
me.
pausing. African Americans don't do green bean casserole.
We do
We don't do
greens.
casseroles too much at all.
No.
Lasagna is probably our only casserole.
Yeah.
Is that a casserole, guy?
I mean,
That's about as close as you can get to a
Right, I
casserole
mean-
in my culture.
That's about it.
So is
Tuna
it,
casserole.
Oh, wait,
I
look,
definitely do that.
I remember that as a kid, and
I
I'm
cook
glad we
like
stopped.
a chicken spaghetti type casserole.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, the
that's bad.
spaghetti.
Chicken spaghetti, which is kind
Baked
of my
spaghetti.
chicken spaghetti.
Baked
It's kind of like a
spaghetti.
casserole.
Yep.
Oh, what now?
My kids were both against it. Clearly, they were all
spaghetti,
black,
and then
so
you
they all
do
say
like
no,
the
thank
cheese
you.
on the top and you bake it.
No,
What'd you say?
no, it's
I said it's
delicious.
spaghetti, and then you do the cheese on top and you bake
chicken,
it.
spaghetti,
And
Yeah, that's not-
white
no,
sauce
it's not-
with
that's
some
not-
rotel.
you don't-
It's amazing.
Rotel.
We're having two conversations
Sorry,
about
I'm
No
sorry, I
rotel.
don't-
You don't know what rotel? Oh
You-
Lord.
I'm sorry.
it's okay.
Rotel.
I'm not
No,
offended
listen,
slightly,
I can walk
but
out.
I'll be okay.
I don't know Rotel. I don't know Rotel.
Rotel's
Okay,
a
cool.
southern thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
the green chilies.
Oh, Jesus. Well, okay, so they have like a diced tomato. They have a cheese.
Oh, okay.
So think of like nacho
But
cheese.
under the same brand.
Oh yeah,
as
like,
the green
okay,
chilies?
so I know y'all in California do queso fundito.
Y'all. We gotta be y'all.
Yeah.
Why we
Think
gotta
of
be
like-
y'all?
Y'all gotta be
Think
y'all.
of like salsa and nacho cheese.
all together.
Oh, so
in one.
like dip.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna
You
stop talking.
You don't use it like that.
gonna stop.
But if you feel, if that's what
You
your,
trying to
if
understand?
that's what your spirit
because that's
says,
what I support.
then I support it.
That's my world.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna
Hey, you
make you
guys are
some
wild.
good Texas queso.
Yeah, can I come over?
I'm gonna make you some Texas queso with Velveeta and milk and
We're having a good old game day.
And a little bit
and we're
of
gonna
ground
make
beef.
You
some
know what?
dips.
Last time I saw you, you were telling me that I needed to taste the real Texas
did that in
queso.
I just made
Field.
some. My
Or Texas
13-year-old
Texas
mom-
I need to
caviar.
taste
Caviar.
this.
Oh, yeah.
Texas caviar is fire.
I'm not familiar.
Yes.
Tell 'em.
Yes.
Tell 'em.
It's
I'm not familiar.
beans,
Yes.
and it's almost like beans and salsa
Yes.
rolled into one, and you got a little tortilla chip, and you just
dip it.
go in.
All my things,
That's
you just
easy.
need a tortilla chip. I make a buffalo chicken dip. I
Yes.
make some
Oh my God,
queso,
yes.
and I make some Texas caviar.
Yes.
So they do that in Bakersfield. So I know I'm on your level now. I
It
got
makes
you.
sense.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm there.
Yes.
It just took a minute to
That's
get back
close
to my
enough down south.
I get it.
Yeah.
It's a regional thing. I told you when I moved. I just told
That's
somebody when I
okay.
moved here. I said I miss Tex Mex.
It's a regional, slight African American
True.
situation.
It's good stuff, is what it is.
It is
Basically,
good food.
yes.
It's good food. It's flavorful.
But one thing I
food.
forgot was the dessert menu, because that's almost as long as the regular
Better have some
menu.
respect for the dessert menu.
Okay, I got
So-
a rival on that.
We we have our peach cobbler,
Bet that.
our sweet potato pie,
That's
I
right.
get some
our
recipes.
pound. Yes,
Thank
I can
you.
give you
Okay.
some. Our pound cake.
Yes, it's my
Sometimes.
Pound cake is
Recently-
more Christmas for us.
Yes, it is more Christmas.
And what else?
Recently I
But how do you
made a
dress it up?
lemon triple cream pound cake.
Can you
That-
send me the recipe for
Yes,
that?
ma'am. I will send that to you with a little
thing we have a group chat.
limoncello icing.
Let's
Yes.
get let's
No
go ahead and get a
pecan
new
pie?
book for you. We need to write a new book.
A holiday book.
Called the Thanksgiving Fixin'.
Now you did not say pecan pie.
Yeah,
Now,
pecan is
okay,
what
see,
my
you
mom
said
does.
pecan. We say pecan.
Yeah, girl.
She want a
Louisiana,
high five.
Texas.
She want a high five.
Yeah, that's what I'm sorry. There we go.
That is the one. Yeah,
It is
we
a
say
little
pecan.
different. We say pecan.
We say pecan.
Louisiana descendant.
We say pecan as well.
And we say pecan.
You say
Now, the
interesting.
one thing that I made,
And
I think
usually
it
Texas and
was,
Louisiana are right on the same note.
they're right there,
That's the
hugging
only
each other.
difference. Just best friends.
Oh, it's
But
not the only difference. You
one
a
of my
Tex.
friends, her birthday is in December. It's right next to Christmas. And I made her a pecan sweet potato pie fusion. It's sweet potato pie on the top, and there's pecan pie on
Is
the
there
top.
like rum
Yes.
in it or something?
No,
Okay.
but it is amazing.
see where I'm
it's
at?
literally half and half pecan sweet potato pie.
Oh my
That is,
God, I'm
that is
hungry.
amazing. I was.
How can you be hungry
I
after our meal
was. She
today?
asked me to
Oh,
make
that was
it like
delicious.
they had something like
sounds
that.
good.
We went
I
to
tasted
Vegas.
it when she said it.
And they had a pie like that, and then she was like, "Can you make this for my birthday?" And I was like, "I'm gonna work on it." And I made it for her birthday,
Oh, what?
and it was so good.
That's awesome.
So I can't have it because I have a nut allergy.
Right?
But I
eat it for
do
you.
make a mean pecan pie. I hear.
Okay.
Here,
Okay.
like I
You
hear.
hear? Supposedly.
Supposedly, according to the
I'll
people.
try it for you.
Yeah, you could try it. I mean, like my jelly's right.
Okay.
It's got the right. I mean,
The right amount of
the
sweetness,
right
'cause-
amount of sweetness, the right ratio of pecans.
Okay.
I don't know,
Yes.
but I hear.
And
it's
you
really
have to
good.
have good,
Yeah.
fresh pecans
Yes.
because
Yes.
otherwise they will go rancid, and there's nothing like rancid nuts.
Now,
There's nothing like, let me rephrase. There's nothing like rancid pecans.
Oh,
Let me
yeah.
say that. It's nasty. So,
San Diego beer lovers, come join us on the Pioneer Beer Trail, a free, narrated tour of 4 of Vista's iconic craft brewers, all from the convenience of your phone. Simply download the free show at vistamadetours.com or find Vista Made Tours on your favorite podcast provider, like Spotify or iTunes. Then fire up the show and you'll hear fascinating backstories, beer favorites, and food recommendations from the brewers themselves as you travel from spot to spot. It's free, fun, and the easiest way to learn about some of Vista's originals, including Booze Brothers, Belching Beaver 980, Aztec, and 5 Suits. So come travel the Pioneer Beer Trail at vistamadetours.com or from wherever you find your podcasts.
Hi, I'm Jeff Fox, founder of Star Fox Media. We're a digital marketing and video production company that focuses on serving small businesses here in Vista, California. We have the team and all of the equipment necessary to produce, film, edit, and distribute your podcast to as many people as possible. For more information, you can reach out to us via email at info@starfox.media or give us a call at 760-385-3117. Let Star Fox Media help you tell your brand story today.
Hi, I'm Rachel Belt, President and CEO of the Vista Chamber of Commerce. Over the last 20 years, I've had the privilege of living and working in Vista, and I've met some amazing people with amazing stories. And I'm thrilled to bring them to you as part of Velocity, the Vista Chamber podcast, where I interview the movers, shakers, and change makers impacting the Vista community and beyond. I hope you'll join me as we journey together to hear the stories of the people doing amazing things for our town. Velocity, the Vista Chamber podcast. Find us anywhere you get your podcasts.
You have a pie recipe you're going to share with us, and this is
Yes.
amazing
Let's
pie
hear it.
recipe.
Let's hear it.
Yes.
I'm super excited because my mom, she's adorable. She has her own little Facebook bakery that she donates.
Shout it out. Shout it out.
It's called Tart with a Heart.
That's right.
And
so much,
so it's super cute because she makes
so
little tarts.
cute.
They're like hand pies, right? So
Yeah.
they're tarts. And she donates I don't remember what the percentage is, but she donates a percentage to the local food pantry up in Santa Clarita in LA. So she's just so wonderful and so thoughtful, supporting folks.
That.
And her French apple pie that has that Dutch topping with nuts, like the
Oh,
walnuts.
I love a Dutch
Yeah.
topping.
I love Dutch topping too.
You guys, it's the best pie. She won in back before the pandemic in 2018. She won third place at the LA County Fair in the entire
That's a
pie
huge
competition.
That means it's a good pie.
Right.
Oh, I'm so proud.
And we're
And
just
she's
smashing
so
that in
A lot
people's
of different
faces.
cultures
Yeah.
in LA. So.
I've got the picture to prove it. She's got the
She got
ribbon.
the ribbon.
But it's so
So what's in the
cool.
pie? What's so special?
yeah.
What do you think is in the pie
So-
that makes differentiates?
It's okay if
I
you
think
leave out the
what's
secret
special.
ingredient.
Oh no,
I
she was.
understand.
I asked her. I
This
was like,
Chef
no,
Finesse over
right?
here don't give away the secrets.
Just let me taste it. I'll figure it out on my own. I won't tell anybody though.
What's so funny is she's like, you can, because I asked her before the podcast, I was like, do you mind if I share your recipe? I think it's so awesome. And she's like, go ahead. And I'm just like, you're so sweet. You're like too sweet.
Oh, your mama is so
Most
cute.
people don't want to
so
make it,
sweet.
so they'll just buy it.
Well,
Right.
so
They don't
that's
care.
the thing.
Yeah.
So what she does
Nobody
that
can make it
I
like
think
you
is
anyway.
different, right?
True.
Because she puts the love into it. So what I think she does that's different is that the topping has walnuts in it. It's got brown sugar, and butter, of course, and flour. So that's the crumb topping. But in the filling, what she does different is she slices the apples super thin, and she cooks them before she puts them in the pie. So they're
Yeah.
that perfect. Seasoned flavor. So in the filling, it's got three
So
large
just melts
Granny
in your
Smith.
mouth instead of that extra crunch that some of us don't care for.
Some people like the crunch. I don't like the crunch.
Apple pie. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't like a crunchy apple pie.
So the thing that she does is she's got 3 Granny Smith, 2 Honey Crisp.
Ooh, she mixes her apples.
Oh,
Fancy.
yeah,
And
because
that
a
was
lot
the
of people
coolest
just do the
thing.
green
Yeah.
the green ones,
Right.
And so
You got to have the sugar. So we actually had a tree growing up that had 3 different grafts of apples, and she would sprinkle sugar around the roots. So they had the best apples.
Oh
so
my
every
God,
year
is
we
that
would
the
pick
trick?
apples.
Your mom
let
is,
it be
is
known,
awesome.
people. That's
know,
the
right?
trick.
Wow.
Sprinkle some sugar.
Sugar around your apple tree?
to get it in
on,
the
growing
root.
apple
up
tree.
into
I
the
love
fruit.
this.
No, she's brilliant
They
with
have
all
some happy
that.
coyotes in your neighborhood.
Oh, they don't make it past our Cocker Spaniels. But it's got sugar, butter, nutmeg, cinnamon, salt, flour. So I mean the traditional stuff. But I think it's
Yeah.
because she cooks it on the stovetop before putting it in the pie
and
and
the
then cooking the
mix.
pie. Yeah.
The Granny Smith and
With
the
the
Honey
Honey
Crisp.
Crisp.
Honey
It's
Crisp
the mixing
alone.
the apples.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's 100%.
She got
You got a
special
little
going on.
tartness. You got a little sweetness.
Yes,
Yeah.
you gotta have that combo.
Ooh, it's so smart.
And the Honey Crisp, they are crisp. So especially when you
Crunch.
cook them in the beginning, that definitely softens them up for the palate.
Look at you.
Okay.
love
Let's talk
it.
about what we
excited.
speaking of our palettes. Let's talk about what we had for lunch earlier today.
Okay.
Let's talk about it.
On the plate, we have some vegan ribs. We have collard greens, where I used my sauce Root Boy to help season it. We have some mac and cheese, and then we also have some mashed sweet potatoes and some southern cornbread dressing, which is all vegan. Oh, and on the ribs, I use my sauce, the OG.
And then you take a bite, and it's like this beautiful punch of flavor.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Just don't
Fallon's
understand
crazy.
how it's all vegan. Like I kept asking
Right,
you,
and
like
why?
I was like a
But
record, broken record.
But why? And why too? Like why is it all vegan? Why do you want to go all vegan? Because to me, I would almost say it's putting more work on your shoulders, right? To try to make it taste so good and be vegan at the same time.
It's not that hard.
Really?
For me.
Okay.
But also, when you look at the recipe, it's not that hard. Especially when you look at Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is already like a monumentous
It's labor
task.
intensive.
Exactly. So the only thing I would say that would be intense would be to make the vegan ribs because you're making your meat. Other than that, it's very easy. For the greens,
I wouldn't say very easy. That mac and cheese looked like a feat.
Well, it depends on how you make your mac and cheese. If you've done the type of mac and cheese where you do just the shredded cheese and maybe egg, milk, seasonings, if you do it like that, then it's difficult. But if you're the type who makes the roux, the cheese sauce, pour it over, add the shredded cheese in there, it's really no different. So for mine, I did the roux, which I did with
RAEUX.
ROUX.
Thank you.
That's very cute. You did your best. You did your best.
I was 10 years old when I learned how that was spelled because I thought it was RUE.
You did so all right.
So we.
There was an X on there.
I'm so sorry.
Got the R and the X right.
So I did the roux, which was with vegan butter and flour, and you do just plain raw flour. I don't let it go too long. I don't let it get to like peanut butter color. It may be
So what
like.
color do you wait? What?
It's more of a blonde for the mac and cheese.
Really? So
I
you
let
don't go
it.
a peanut butter roux?
Yeah, no. There's different types of roux. A
Yeah.
lot of people when they make roux, they know gumbo roux, which is almost peanut butter to chocolate roux.
Yeah, my gumbo roux is like it's in between peanut butter and chocolate.
Exactly. So
Not
with,
too dark,
with
'cause it'll
mac and
burn.
cheese, you just want to let it get the slightest bit of color. Because when you think of mac and cheese,
light.
you don't have
Right.
chocolate looking mac and cheese.
No.
So you want it to have the slightest bit of color, but nothing too serious. But you don't want to be eating raw flour.
No.
So you want to let it cook. So
It's like a light
No air fryer mess
a
ups.
light beige, exactly.
Right.
So like tan.
No food poisoning.
If you've ever seen a raw peanut, an actual raw peanut, that's that color.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so slightly tan, that's the color you
you're
want
doing a
for
lot.
a mac and cheese.
You're doing a lot right now. Ain't
I'm
nobody
just
seen
trying
no
to
raw
I'm trying to
peanut.
give a
I've never seen
comparison.
a raw peanut.
How have you not? You've never been
You
to
never
a
Raw
cracked
peanut.
cracked
open
Look,
a
I have a nut
peanut?
allergy. You've never cracked a peanut and seen them?
Thank
know what
you.
that- Come on.
You've seen sesame seeds
Yep.
on a bun.
Yeah.
That color.
Okay.
There you go.
Something I can see in a while. I need something I can see in a while.
Yes. There you go. There you go.
Stumble upon and be like,
That's the color. Okay, I got it.
So slightly tan, you get it to that point, and then you add your I added oat milk, which I feel is a bit more
I love
thicker.
oat milk. You added oat milk?
Oat milk instead of almond milk, because almond milk is really
I'm so glad
thin.
you didn't do that. You would have killed me.
Right. Yeah. Oat milk is a little bit thicker. It's better than soy, and in consistency it's better than almond. So I do oat milk, and then you have your nutritional yeast, and then your seasonings, and you just keep stirring until it gets to that like cheese sauce consistency you're used to.
Yeah.
You pour it over, and you add in your vegan cheese. I like Violife cheese.
Oh, I do like that cheese.
That
It
one
doesn't
melts
quite-
the best.
It's like, a lot of vegan cheeses just kind of
Just
try to
sits
melt
there.
them. They just sit there.
Yeah.
do you like vegan people in your life?
I mean, I'm a vegan person on occasion when I don't want to really
She's
go.
a
I was like, we
baby
had lasagna when we
flexitarian.
went out the
I'm a
other
baby
day.
flexit. There it is.
Okay, there we go.
So I'm like, I want to go vegan. I don't want to hurt the little piggies. And then like somebody or the little cows. They're so sweet. They're so
Speaking
intelligent.
of little piggies, how's your toe?
It's my big toe, so it's fine. I mean, it's
I love this. Hey, I love this conversation. I love this day together with you guys. Really, I really appreciate all of you guys being here. the Thanksgiving episode. Can you believe it? We're coming to the end of the year right now. And I got like my favorite people here. This is awesome. Okay, so now one of the other questions I had to ask you is something that Ty had brought up earlier, and she mentioned injection.
Yes.
Injection. How important is injection? Like, okay, so now folks are getting ready. We're releasing this before you guys start making your turkey. We're releasing this before you guys start making your stuffing or your dressing or whatever you're making. Whatever you're making. So, and you know, you're dropping some bomb recipes.
Okay.
What do you think about injection? And what's the best way to do it? How early do you do it? What kind of thoughts can you give us on that?
Okay, so how early? Well, first, let me just start with how I do my turkey.
Okay.
I brine my turkey.
I love a brine.
I brine my turkey.
So, what is brine?
So brine typically includes salt, sugar, peppercorns, and seasonings if you want it. So it may have like bay leaves. It may have Creole seasoning, it may have onion, garlic powder, things like that, or actual garlic and onion things.
For the people who have never cooked before, where does that go?
Gallons of water.
So you have a big bucket.
I'm trying to help people out here.
You probably
help people out. Help people out.
It's not for me.
It's for the other people.
It's for the viewers.
You fill this brine concoction that you've made is probably a third or half of the way, depending on how large your turkey is. And you dunk your turkey, you submerge your turkey, and then you leave it in the refrigerator. Do not leave it on the counter because that's unhealthy.
And that'll kill you.
Bacteria is real. You put that in the refrigerator, right? You put that in the refrigerator for, I would say, you could do it from 1 to 7 days. It's dependent on what you want to do. It's basically like a marinade in a sense, but the sugar and salt components really break down your turkey and make it more tender.
To the
so hard
bone.
To
the bone.
If you don't have a giant fridge, I would say if you
disposable cooler.
Cooler.
Yeah, get a cooler and put it in there.
Disposable, because poultry, you don't want to reuse a cooler after
flip it every 12 or so hours to make sure.
You're not lining it or anything. You're just dropping it.
I mean, if you want to line it, if you can find, because not every grocery store or wherever you're at has like the really big Ziploc bags. If you don't have that.
The turkey bags.
Right.
Oh, they have turkey bags now.
Yeah. So if you can't find it, it's okay. Just throw all your brine into the actual cooler. Flip it every 2 hours so that it's evenly based. And you want to make sure that when you finally pull it out, it's been on both sides for equal amount of time.
Big giant pasta stock pot also?
Yes, that's what,
That's what I use?
That's what I use.
Put my turkey in there. It's a big giant pot, and I stick it in the fridge.
And that sucks up all the moisture.
Pull out a shelf.
Beautiful.
It almost plumps it up, so it gives it a nice nice little lift.
It
you know,
is the hyaluronic
it gives it some broad shoulders.
It's the hyaluronic acid for your turkey.
It is. It really is.
Plump in it.
So I typically do mine for about 3 days. That works perfectly fine. I normally put it on the Monday. And then I take it out that Wednesday. I pat dry it. And then I inject and rub my turkey down Wednesday. And then I cook it Thursday. Wow. So injection also, if you brine or don't brine, that's up to you. But injection puts in moisture as well. So it can be an injection with broth. And seasonings, or it can be an injection with butter and seasonings. Butter is
how close together do you do the? Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
Personally, it's up to you. Okay. But at the same time, you don't want, because wherever you pierce, it's going to explode. So if you have like a spot right here and then 2 centimeters over, you have another spot. Now that little piece of meat is going to be overloaded, which I'm okay with. But if you want to make sure the whole turkey is, flavorful, you want to make sure you evenly space out your injections. I make sure I definitely hit the breasts because the breasts are the driest part of the turkey. And then I hit the thighs, the legs, the wings, things like that. And then especially like the thinner parts, because those get crispy pretty easily, especially if you're not the person who tucks the wings behind. They'll get a little bit extra crispy and dry. So you want to kind of poke as much flavor and juice that way as you can. But yeah, injection is really good. Brining is really good. And then under the breast, if you kind of put your hand and work your way under the skin, you can get butter and seasonings, mix it up. Make sure the butter is room temperature so that you mix all the seasonings in really well, and then get a nice good scoop and just work it under the skin. So it's the skin here, and then the meat
Just that
here,
flap of skin.
and then
Yeah,
you're working the butter and seasonings. Exactly. So then you've had really good fried chicken, right? When you've had really good fried chicken, it's flavorful and it's crispy. If you do
juicy.
and juicy, if you do that technique, by the time you're done roasting, if you put your turkey in the oven, if that's the way you cook your turkey will be crispy and it will be really flavorful.
And that's what you do? No wonder they want you to do it again.
I'm not cooking next week. I'm sick.
I hear there's some things going around.
Yeah.
You don't want to limp into the kitchen.
Broken toe.
Right.
Who wants me cooking?
You
on
could,
that?
I need rest. I'm tired.
I mean, listen, he makes the turkey now. He has taken that off my...
Good man.
Shout out to Jason.
Shout out. He's taken that off my... He's like, you know what? You got a lot of stuff you're cooking.
There's a lot.
Should I take the turkey? I was like,
This is the cooking Super Bowl.
right.
Yes.
And now
That's
he's
it.
turned the turkey into like his whole personality. Like that turkey is like, that is him.
That's awesome.
It's a good turkey.
I'm sure he
too.
rocks it,
It's a
too.
good turkey.
So question then.
Yes.
I know that we're not doing the Christmas episode yet, but do you do the same for Thanksgiving as you do Christmas? Because we do not. We adamantly do
I
not.
want to hear what... Okay, yeah, let's do
I'm
this.
very interested.
I want to
Yeah.
hear
That's
this. I
nice.
want to know this.
That's interesting. What we do for Thanksgiving, what I would do a smoker fried. This is what I'm doing this year, smoker fried turkey. And probably a great flat of some beautiful salmon. Probably smoked, right? And then the dressings and all of that
But
stuff.
how do you do the salmon?
Cedar
That's what
plank.
it's called.
Cedar plank. Yeah.
Cedar plank.
Grilled, yeah.
No,
My mom does a sweet salmon with Thousand Island dressing and honey.
What?
unfamiliar.
Yeah, you gotta do my
so
overall. It's better than Thousand Island.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
please. Yes, please.
That's right
Or no,
there.
it's not Thousand Island. I'm so sorry.
this one.
Italian. It's
Italian.
right there. Thank you. I love that you
Again,
did
it's
it.
better. I knew exactly what you're talking about. It's
Yeah.
better.
This is-
I'm just gonna buy that.
Okay,
All
so-
those at home. Perfect.
So
I
that-
can tell.
that's
I
what
love
I'll
that you knew what I meant.
that's what
I
I'll do
did.
for Thanksgiving, but it will be the dressing.
Dressing.
And it will be some mac and cheese. There will be some greens, and there'll be some cornbread muffins. That that's what I was getting down for sure, right?
With butter.
Christmas is fairly similar, except instead of the salmon, we will still do the turkey. Instead of the salmon, we'll probably do a brisket.
Okay, that's
Yeah, I do a brisket.
See, we do
No, I smoked
ham
brisket.
instead of turkey.
None of my
what
family
we
eats
do.
pork.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and we do keep the turkey.
And then we do
switch
gumbo
to a
for
wrist.
New Year's.
Roast.
A roast
I
of
want
what?
that recipe.
Just a beef
Gumbo.
roast.
A beef
do a
roast.
vegan. I
Okay,
did a
because a
vegan
prime rib
gumbo.
roast
That
is
was
awesome too.
I mean, yeah.
I love being on a smoker. I'm just gonna say that, right? But I'm old school too, so I spend a good 16 to 20 hours.
Yes, as you
Should
should.
my
do
smoker.
as
Yeah.
one
You
should.
Yeah, it ain't no joke,
Anything
man.
less, I'm like, you do right.
When
Yeah.
you say I'm just out there for like a couple of hours, I'm like, you didn't.
No,
You're like 4 hours. I don't think.
no.
Right now.
Yeah.
I'm
Or it's
100%
like,
judging
you know, you cook how'd you cook that and you at the mall? Like, are you at the mall if you still cooking it? So
Exactly.
So for me, I really get in with it. I live with the food. I live in the smoke. So I enjoy it, man.
Yeah.
I really do enjoy it.
I went to a friend this past Sunday, and he and his friend they grill. They do brisket ribs, pulled pork, and tri-tip. Amazing. I'm gonna have to give you guys. They're back again.
I feel like
it was. I don't invite anybody until I can go for it. Like until I can say that
you
it's
have to
okay.
vouch for them, right?
Exactly.
Oh,
so
they have to show their worth.
Exactly.
That's
but they
a
are
high
back.
grade.
They are back this Sunday, and I'm going to tell everybody because they are worth it. The brisket I got it on Sunday, and then I had it for lunch on Tuesday. Put it in the microwave, and it was still juicy.
Yeah.
Shut up.
That's
No, like wet paper towel magic?
No. The tri-tip had the smoke ring around it.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you don't know what a smoke ring, if you've ever had anything smoked, under the bark, which is like the black part of what you have, the outer piece, there's a red ring around the under the bark, and that's called the smoke ring, and that's when you know that it was like pretty much smoked to perfection, and it was still juicy. Tuesday for lunch.
Beautiful.
I'm done.
It's the only way. It's the only way. It's the only way.
Fantastic.
That shows how much the smoke penetrated the meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It was so good.
If I keep talking to you guys, I just feel like I'm immediately going to gain like 15 pounds.
Hey, man.
See, that's why
Which
you gotta
isn't a
do.
bad
You gotta
thing.
do the 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. That's
Yeah,
what
so-
I do because that's the only
Flexitarian.
way. That's the only
Flexitarian.
way. That's how I say the way I look. People are like, oh, you.
I know you look amazing, girl.
They're like, oh, you work out, and I'm like, I really don't. I hate it.
What I do is I
eat well. Exactly. I hate working out.
I need to get on the program.
Okay, so what's up with
I can't.
what you been up to since the last time we visited? How's the Twilight Market?
Twilight Market is great.
Yes.
We've moved locations from the museum to now Major General Raymond Murray High School, which is off of Melrose in Vista. This month will be our first month on campus, so we're not in the parking lot. And this is our first month with showing movies. So,
Fun.
yeah, our first premiere movie is gonna be the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving Day.
Oh, that's perfect.
So I feel like that's really nostalgic for all the parents, and then the kids can learn about that movie.
Yeah.
And then we've got the kids zone. They've got a whole big grass field to play on. And then Murray High School is a community school. So they want to highlight, they're one of 5 community schools, and they really want to highlight that they are engulfed in the community, and people who may live different lifestyles or learn differently or whatever the case, they are accepted here at this school. And I feel like with our mission as a whole with Vista Twilight Market, we're very much community based, and we are for the children. And for me, I know 10th grade, I almost failed. And I would not have made it through if I didn't have my people. It wasn't necessarily the school who helped me. It was my community outside of the school. Wow. But to have that now in the school,
that's super powerful.
That's huge.
Is powerful.
So I 100% want to support them and what they're about. So yeah, we're trying to make this work.
I love that.
Definitely.
And you spoke about that in our first episode together, and I appreciate that honesty. It's important because a lot of kids are going through that today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was my daughter who had her toughest time during her sophomore year. That was the COVID year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when she was an AP student, just like you were.
It was tough.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh my gosh, being distant, learning virtually.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I know several people who stopped doing school because they didn't want to do it virtually because they didn't want to have the bad grades.
It's intense.
Yeah.
It was tough. It was tough.
But look how you bounced back, though, and we're so happy for you, man. I mean, really, honestly, you're amazing.
You are.
Thank you for being here.
Exceptional.
The food today was amazing.
Guys.
Let's talk more about
Wish you could have tasted it. And you might have some pictures, a little behind the scenes for you guys to see that. But listen, happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we just got, more stuff to come. So happy for all of you guys and everything that you guys have been up to. I'm happy for you, Cassie, and your new job.
Thank you so
I'm happy
much,
for what Frontline Careers is doing. I love what Chef Ke'Anna is doing and the Vista Twilight Market. I'm not going to be in Mexico City this weekend. I'm going to miss this market. But
it's okay.
But I really am happy for everyone, and I just want to shout out the whole crew, all of that. Mateo, thank you so much. All right, and we'll talk some more. Dining in the Dorm. This is a book you guys might want to pick up. This is some great recipes here, and don't forget to look up Rue Kitchen, R-U-E Kitchen. All right, not R-U-X or R-E-A-U-X.
It's so deep. The meaning is so deep. So many ways you can spell it. And we talked for like 15 minutes about the depth of the name, and it's beautiful. And I love the name with me.
That's right. Hey, you guys look us up on at SameBizPod, SameBizPod, at A Different Day Radio. Look for some new podcasts coming, and look for all the great things that we've got going on. Shout us out. We appreciate you. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy holidays.
And shout out to Zeke, Mr. Amazing, podcaster, insurance entrepreneur.
Thank you. And peace to all of you guys. Peace.